Deep in the Nachmund gauntlet, the Tyranids have ravaged an Imperial world. Now the swarm has begun to combine all collected biomass for transport to the Hive Fleet. In a hail of drop pods and flash of teleporters, the Deathwatch arrive with what has become the entire sector's last best hope. If the Deathwatch can sabotage the biopools with virus bombs, they could deal a crippling blow to this Hive Fleet tendril. Will the Tyranid defend their precious biomass, or will the Deathwatch poison the well and postpone, even end this Tyranid advance? This is 40K in 40 minutes. Nachmund Gauntlet 3! Greetings 40K fans, JT the Voice here, and this is it. It all comes down to this final game. Nick has brought our community Deathwatch in a desperate plan to end Mubin's Tyranid from collecting this planet's biomass and empowering the Hive Fleet further.
To cap off our story of the Tyranids invading this Imperium world, we get to the end stage of the Tyranid invasion. The planet has been stripped of biomass. Digestion pools and capillary towers are showing up everywhere on the planet as the Tyranids consume all the biomass and send it up to their ships out in orbit. However, a Deathwatch kill team is vowing revenge. The Ordos Xenos is here in force.
Nick's Deathwatch Blackspear task force consists of a Watchmaster with a Tome of Ectoclades and a Crusade enhancement, Master of Combat. He's got a Librarian in Phobos armor with the Beacon Angelis and a Crusade enhancement, Empyric Castellan. The Deathwatch veterans have a Crusade enhancement as well, the Defenders of Humanity. It's got a Gladiator Reaper, a Redemptor Dreadnought, 2 Indomitor kill teams, an Outrider squad, a Deathwatch Terminator squad, a Talon Strike kill team, and a Spectrus kill team.
In secret, they've developed a bioweapon that, if inserted at the right place, at the right time, into these digestion pools, will spread throughout the entire Tyranid force and potentially take out this entire Tyranid splinter fleet all in one go.
Some pesky Deathwatch have shown up. Why does the Imperium always want to ruin our plans? Look, we're just out here for a meal, and we just want to eat things.
Mubin's assimilation swarm consists of a Neurotyrant with a biophagic flow, a Tervigon with instinctive defense, and a Crusade enhancement armored biomorph.
And this ongoing little mini-series that Nick and I have decided to put together. We've got some battle honors in this army now. I managed to pick out 3 units which have made appearances at either some key moments or multiple games, and given them an upgrade.
He's got the Swarm Lord and a Winged Hive Tyrant with the Crusade enhancement, Alien Resilience. His Hormagaunts have the Crusade enhancement, Onslaught Killers, Termagants, a Maleceptor, a Norn Assimilator, a Norn Emissary, a Psychophage, and some Zoanthropes.
Nachmund Gauntlet introduces some interesting rules in how you deploy and play with your army. You first have to split your army up into sections. There's a primary wave that starts on the board, then you split your army into alpha, beta, and optional gamma waves.
Nick's primary wave will be his Watchmaster, Librarian in Phobos armor, Deathwatch veterans, Gladiator Reaper, Indomitor kill team, Outrider squad, and a Spectrus kill team. His alpha wave is the Talon Strike kill team and Deathwatch Terminator squad, and his beta wave is the Redemptor Dreadnought and the Indomitor kill team. Mubin's primary will be the Swarm Lord, an Assimilator, an Emissary, Hormagaunts, and Psychophage. His alpha wave consists of a Neurotyrant, Zoanthropes, and a Maleceptor, and the beta wave consists of a Winged Tyrant, Termagants, and Termagant. This is a mission from the Nachmund Crusade book, and it's called Saboteurs. The attacker can perform the following action. Supply Sabotage. In the attacker's shooting phase, 1 or more units from their army, each within range of a different objective, can start this action. It'll complete at the end of their opponent's next turn, or the end of the battle, if they control that objective marker. That objective effectively becomes sabotaged and is removed from the battlefield. Mission objective is Safeguard Supplies. From the second battle round onwards, at the end of the defender's turn, they'll score the following. For controlling 1 objective, a victory point. For controlling 2 or 3 objectives, 2 victory points. And if they control 4 or 5 objective markers, they score 3 victory points. Each time the attacker sabotages an objective marker, they will score 3 victory points. If the attacker sabotages 2 or more objective markers in the same turn, they will score an additional victory point.
I think this is the time that the Tyranids get the payback they deserve. I'll teach you to consume all the people in biomass.
There's gonna be a ton of fun. We've been having a lot of fun with this impromptu trilogy that we've created, And it's time to see what happens. Do the Deathwatch finally get to exact some vengeance on the Tyranids, or will the Tyranids consume them as well?
Welcome to Nachmund Gauntlets number 3!
Part 3!
We've made a really cool board. This is to represent the end stage of a Tyranid invasion. They've sucked all the biomass. Everything is dead in the world. And they make these digestion pools where they put all the bodies and trees and biomass into these pools, and then they get sucked up into the spaceships, and it's kind of creepy and gross.
It's great.
The last 2 games, you've been the attacker, just aggressively coming in and fighting me, and now well, we're gonna turn the tables. The tables are turning, Mubin. They're turning. So I've got the Deathwatch, the tool for the mission here.
They'll just keep spinning until you end up into the pool. You are the attacker, I'm the defender, which means I get to start deployment.
I'm gonna start with a unit of bikes. They are gonna start as far forward as they can go.
Just continue the Norn party, the assimilator back here. They can just claim an objective, become OC-15, get all the feel no pains, and just never die.
A unit of Indomita kill team, and they're gonna go right on the line up here.
We're gonna put Mr. Psychopage right back here.
I'm gonna come over here. My Deathwatch kill team, they're gonna go right on the line.
Because they played part in that last battle, they actually got a battle honor.
Aaron, the Watchmaster, is here leading the force.
So the Watchmaster's got once per battle, he just adds 2 to all his damage. And then the veterans themselves have a once per battle, get an extra OC for the whole squad.
Is this Harry the Hormigaunt?
It's Harry the Hormigaunt, and he's brought backup.
I believe you put an enhancement on these guys to honor Harry.
They are onslaught killers.
I know exactly where the Gladiator needs to go, and that's gonna be right here.
You know what, Swarmlord, he's just gonna take this flank by himself. He's a brave little boy.
A Spectre kill team. They have Infiltrate and Scout. I still have to stay at 9 inches. Well, with that, our deployment is done. I have deployed very aggressively.
Oh, very aggressive.
The mission calls for me to be aggressive. I have to take the objective away from you, or else I will lose this game.
For mine, I've spread out a little bit. The Norns, as I've already stated, because they're gonna have their single-minded purpose.
The Swarmlord is in a very smart place. Not only is he holding the objective, but he's basically untargetable right now.
Yeah, he's hidden pretty nicely right now, and if you decide to start coming towards him, it's gonna make it more expensive for you to use your stratagems.
This episode is brought to you by Baron of Dice. We all love our Baron of dice, and they make the best hand-swirled resin dice in the business. They've got logos of almost any possible faction you could imagine. In fact, you can even custom design your own. However, Baron of Dice is more than just dice. Not only do they have dice-related products like dice bags, tins, and trays, they've got so much more. They've got game mats, objective markers, stickers, army cases, they even have terrain. If you're looking for any of these products and more, look no further than Baron of Dice. But don't forget, the Baron of Dice has awesome dice too. Make sure to check out the link in the description below, or go to baronofdice.com and use code PLAYON to save yourself a couple of bucks.
No roll off to see who goes first, because you get to decide.
The attacker gets to decide in this mission, and of course, I'm gonna go first. I need it. I kinda need to go fast. Good luck, Mubin.
Good luck, Nick. Nick has taken the choice of going first. Smart move on Nick's part, because this gives him the opportunity to push aggressively and maybe take one of my objectives away from me. So, before we get first battle round going here, there's a few things that need to happen. First,
Mubin chooses singular purpose for the 2 objectives that each Norn is on.
and you get scout moves.
I do. I have 1 unit that can scout move. Then we go into the command phase. I get a command point. And then I get to do something that I'm not used to doing. I get to choose an Oath of Moment.
Oath of Moment on the Hormagaunts.
How dare you do that to Harry?
So we're gonna start off with the bikes, and the bikes are just gonna move forward 10. I'm going first this round, and I have to be aggressive. This mission calls for me to be aggressive. If I don't take the objective away, he scores points, and if I let him get away with it, I will not be able to catch up.
Spectre's kill team shuffles around to secure the objective that they're on.
Or I won't be shooting with them, because they're gonna try to burn this objective. And then the Gladiator Reaper moves up. Then I think we're gonna take our Indomitor kill team, and it's just gonna move forward 6. And then we're gonna take the veteran squad, and we're gonna advance them. Watchmaster Aaron and the veterans could potentially advance and charge to the Swarmlord. They have advance and charge built in. If I get a big enough advance roll, I think it might be worth it.
They get a big 6, making that a 10-inch charge.
All right, that's my aggressive push forward. Let's go into the shooting phase.
Oh boy.
Gladiator Reaper targeting the Oath of Moment at Hormagaunts with all it has.
This should take care of most of them, and then my bikes charge in and finish them off.
Mubin's betting a command point to go to ground.
Icarus Rocket Pod getting D3 shots.
5 up. He's okay. It begins.
Iron Hail Heavy Stubber with rapid fire. Oh, the moment! It's winning on
4 ups now. And make them all. Harry, Harry, Harry.
Tempest Bolter.
5 ups. Feel no pain. No, they feel pain.
But I have been saving with the twin heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. Lots of 6s! Oh yeah! I'm gonna get greedy. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling everything because of twin linked.
Rerolling everything to wound, and only 1 devastating wound. Only 8 models lost to an entire Gladiator Reaper shooting. Wow.
There are so many Hormigons left. I really expected to kill a lot more. I bet you're gonna fire there.
Outriders into the remaining 12 Hormigons. Only 1 more down.
I mean, 2 feel no pains, only
Who
1
is
dies.
this guy, and what have you done with Mubin? My Watchmaster and his unit of Marines, their veterans, will shoot everything into the Norn.
Watchmaster into the Emissary, no wounds. Spectre's kill team is sabotaging their objective.
Swarmlord is a bit of a beast, but taking him out now would be brilliant.
Interesting choice. Nick is actually going very aggressive with the Watchmaster, and he's going after the Swarmlord.
So here we go.
Don't do it.
6.
Oh, but between the Swarmlord's +1 command point cost and the Watchmaster's -1 command point cost, the reroll costs 1 command point. Oh, 11 inches, he's in.
Booyah.
Let's see if the Swarmlord can tank some of this damage.
I'm gonna try to make another charge here. The bikes, go bikes, go! 5, 6, 7, 8, not enough.
So we're gonna pile these boys all in here.
Watchmaster getting rerolls to hit against Swarmlord as it is a Xenos, and that's what Deathwatch do best.
So I've got 2 Thunderhammers in there.
Thunderhammers drop 1, single wound only.
Down to 7 wounds remaining on him.
The Xenophase Blade
6 wounds left for the Watchmaster.
rolls. Come on!
He does 2 wounds, Swarmlord saves.
He's only taken a few wounds, but he's still there. He's gonna clap back now. So he's got 8 attacks.
Swarmlord strikes back, kills 4 of the veterans. Wow.
Cut down by the filthy Xenos. That was bloody.
I'm ongoing sabotaging this objective right here. If I complete it at the end of your turn, it will go away and I will score 3 points. And let's see how you react to that. Bottom of turn 2, each get a command point.
No, I get 2 command points.
Oh, Swarmlord.
Swarmlord.
Mubin's turn 1 now, and the Psychophage has brought back 3 Hormigons with Feed the Swarm. Emissary moving up slightly, looking to get some shots and maybe a charge.
I'm dangling a target, a very, very hard to kill target for Nick.
Norn Assimilator moves up as well. Swarmlord staying in combat.
To the shooting phase.
Swarmlord Synaptic Pulse into the Deathwatch vets and Watchmaster. Ooh, the veteran takes 3 of the wounds to die, and the Watchmaster saves the remaining 3.
The Emissary, who's actually moved up, so now he's in Melta range.
Norn Emissary Neurolances the Gladiator Reaper. Melted damage range, both wound. Nick makes invuln saves granted by that Phobos Librarian.
That didn't go the way I wanted to at all.
Mubin not charging. Both Norns are on the singular purpose objectives and are going to be super hard to shift.
Well, then let's go into the fight phase.
Fight phase now. It's the Watchmaster, the Swarmlord.
6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Boom!
Only 1 wound from the Watchmaster. Swarmlord saves.
Swarmlord, tear him apart.
4 ups. All of them.
Oh, this
I
is
made
good.
all of them.
Oh no. Swarmlord and the Watchmaster are locked in combat here. They're just duking it out.
At the end of Mubin's turn here, as Nick's playing Deathwatch, he could put some units back into reserve, choosing not to. He successfully sabotaged one of those objectives. That's going to score him 3 victory points and remove the marker from the game.
So 1 is done, and I got 3 points, and we'll see what I can do in turn 2.
This means Nick gets to start bringing in reinforcements first. So we'll see what he decides to bring in, how aggressive he decides to be, and if he decides to do any surgical deep strikes. That could really determine how things go and, well, what he decides to target.
Let's go, Mubin. On to turn 2. We each get a command point, going up to 2.
I got a 3!
With a lead of 3-0, Nick's chosen Oath of Moment on the Norns because the Tome of Ectoclades gives him both.
Oath of Moment? This always gets used against me. Now I get to use it.
Nick will also trigger Malleus Tactics this turn. The entire army will have lethal hits.
So let's go into the move phase.
Outriders move up to the top objective.
My Gladiator Reaper is going to go all the way to here. It's a big, deep, guttural...
No, that's a repulsor. That's a Gladiator. It's a smaller one.
It still has repulsors on it.
Yeah, but it's a smaller boy.
It's repulsing! It's repulsing, didn't you know?
It is repulsing.
You're repulsive.
Wow.
Spectre's kill team closes in on the Hormagaunts as well. Indomitor Squad moves up to get shots on the Norn Emissary. Watchmaster falls back from combat behind some terrain so that he cannot be overwatched.
I'm bringing my reinforcements, my alpha wave is coming in, and I am thinking I need to kill Swarmlord. That extra command point is huge. He's on this objective. I need to take Mubin off objectives.
Terminators are surgical striking within 3 of the assimilator. With only 1 model within 9, they only have a -1 to the roll. It's a success, and they're within a really good charge range.
It's time for some epic shooting.
Shooting phase now, Nick spends a command point for Kraken rounds. That's going to give the Indomitor kill team an extra pip of armor penetration, firing at the Norn Emissary, +2 weapon strength as it's the closest target as well. Ooh, Flamer's Wound 8 times, AP1, 1 damage only after the saving throws.
Let's go with the Meltas and the Multi-Melta.
Multi-Melta and Melta Rifle. Melta Rifle gets a lethal hit, Mubin makes a save.
So 3 Deathwatch heavy bolt rifles, hitting on 3s.
3 lethal hits for the bolters. Mubin makes the invuln saves. All that, and the Norn Emissary took a single point of damage.
Oh, those Norns are surviving. They are taking all of that damage.
Outriders firing into Hormagaunts. 1 command point to go to ground.
So hitting on 3s. That become...
Outriders remove 2 models. Talonstrike kill team now, everything into the Swarmlord. Twinling adding 2 more wounds. Swarmlord is at 4 remaining.
That's what you get for shooting him in the back, you cowards.
Spectre snipers into the Swarmlord, everything else, including the Librarian and the Instigator Bolt Carbine going into the Emissary. No hits from the Instigator. Marksman Carbines score 4 lethal hits. Emissary takes 1 damage total from the Spectre's squad. Wow.
Then the Librarian's got to fire at you.
Librarian Focus Witchfire Smite hits, doesn't wound. Hazard is passed.
The 2 regular snipers into the Swarmlord, like I said.
Snipers hit, Swarmlord saves. Gladiator Reaper opens fire with everything into the Hormagaunts. Ooh, 3 devastating wounds, 3 fail saves, 4 down, Tempest Bolters, 13 AP1s. Only Harry the Hormagaunt left.
Iron Hill Heavy Stubber in rapid fire range.
Iron Hail finishes them off. That took a lot to kill a squad of Hormagaunts.
No, Harry, no.
Well, these bikes are going to charge your Psychophage.
Outriders 6-inch charge into the Psychophage, success. Terminators into the Norn with a 7. Terminatus Assault will not work as Mubin is a Synapse creature.
Deep striking.
How dare you?
So, 9-inch charge from the wings of fire for glory. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh, they make it in just what you need. Oh my god, they made it in as well. This is a slight problem.
I'm going to go with the Terminators into the
first?
Norn. I'm more scared about the Norn's fire close combat ability than I am of the Swarmlord.
That's fair.
Mubin spends 2 command points for ablative plating, giving the assimilator a 4-up feel no pain.
5 Thunderhammers.
Thunderhammers put 4 wounds. 1 of them's devastating. 2 wounds only to the Norn assimilator. It's at 14 remaining.
Talonstrike kill team is going to fight now into Swarmlord.
4 lethal hits with their close combat weapons.
Come on, guys, you can do it. 5s. Yes! Yes!
I spent everything.
Slice, slice!
And he goes down to chain swords.
And the Watchmaster looks on in awe and says, good job. The bikes now last. Here we go.
Outriders, 4 wounds from the Psychophage. Bring it down to 6.
Psychophage is going to start fighting back. First, D6 plus 1 attacks.
Psychophage manages to take out one of the bikes.
Yum, 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 yum. We've eaten a bike.
Norn assimilator trying to revenge on the Terminators. Nick a command point for Armor of Contempt.
Hoorah.
2 Terminators are impaled and removed from the board.
We got stabbed it in.
That was an interesting turn. There were some really big swings. I managed to take you off all but 2 of the objectives. The Norns hold the 2 center objectives. However, very interesting in this mission, you don't score at the end of your command phase like normally, you score at the end of your turn.
So I have a chance to push you off these objectives and take some back.
All right, command point for each of us.
On to my turn, and this is the one thing I love about Assimilation Swarm. We get to heal our friends.
Psychophage heals 4 damage to full, so does the Norn Assimilator. Score is still 3-0.
As of right now, I control this one.
You do.
I control that one.
Absolutely.
And you control these two.
Into the movement phase.
Mubin chooses to move the Norn Emissary closer to the Assimilator, potentially getting some heals next turn. Try to avoid Overwatch and keeping on his objectives here.
And then we bring in reinforcements.
Alpha Wave is in, Maliceptor on the right side of the battlefield, Zoanthropes and Neurotyrant at the bottom right. Looks like they're going to go after the Talon Strike team.
And we're going to go into the shooting phase. I'm going to start the shooting off with the Norn Emissary. This time, he's going to go for the Nero Parasite.
Spectre's kill team shot at by the Norn Emissary, no wounds taken.
Assimilator, he's just going to shoot harpoons into the Terminators.
Assimilator into the Terminators, 1 more down.
We're down to 2 left.
Maliceptor into the Talon Strike kill team now. Ooh, Nick only makes a single save. That's 6 Deathwatch down.
Oh my god, did he do some damage. That was a ton of work from him. It's going to be 3 that can see you, and then the big brain bug.
Neurotyrant and Zoanthrope attempt to finish the job. Oh, 2 damage from the Neurotyrant.
Yep, so you still have 1 with a wound left.
Only 3 Zoanthropes are going to have line of sight here.
Ooh, or Neurotyrant.
But 4 AP1s will kill off 2 more Interceptors.
Psychophage!
Firing into combat.
Shooting into the bikes.
Psychophage torrents into the bikes, deals 1 point of damage.
So into the fight phase.
I'm gonna go with Terminators. You never know.
Looking for 4. He fails it.
Ooh, feel no pain, saves 2 to the 4. The Assimilator's at 14 wounds.
I'm gonna go with the Psychophage. We're gonna leave the Norn for last.
Psychophage does 2 wounds to the Outriders. Wounded Bike down to a single wound remaining. Bikes only do 1 to the Psychophage, it's at 9.
Assimilator, assimilate.
Norn Assimilator now. Terminator Squad is gone.
They're dead, Jim.
Yeah,
They're
gum.
dead.
Blah, blah.
God. And the Assimilator eats. All I'm seeing him do is just take a harpoon claw and just shovel biomass into his mouth while he's cutting down Terminators with a scything talon. That's all I'm picturing happening here. And then he's just taking the chopped up bits and throwing them into the biopool, because it's just like a stew at this point. So he's just like throwing it in and adding more ingredients. Is it hot pot? Oh my god, he's having hot pot.
Anybody got a can opener?
End of the fight phase. Nick spends a command point. Site-to-site teleportation. His Talon Strike team and his Indominator kill team will both go back into reserves. Spectre's unit will go into reserves because of their Spectre's Doctrine ability.
Before we go into turn 3, you score some points.
I do score some points,
Mubin does hold 2 objectives and will score 2 victory points.
but we're going into turn 3 and oh boy, more reinforcements. I'm a little concerned. Let's see what happens.
I see this round doing some major damage, and I gotta see if I can burn at least one of these objectives.
Nick oath a moment on the Maliceptor and then popping his once per turn ability for Führer tactics. That's going to give his whole army sustained hits.
And then let's go into the move phase.
Gladiator Reaper moved to the top objective. Watchmaster up to within 3 inches of the bottom one.
I gotta remember the mission. The mission is not to defeat all these bugs. The mission is to sabotage. That's all that matters. First of all, we'll do the deep striking.
In a movement phase, and all of the site-to-site teleport units return. Spectre's team with Phobos Librarian deep strike onto the objective, giving reinforcements to the Watchmaster. Indominator surgical strike next to the Maliceptor.
He is making a small mistake here. He put those Indominators a little too close. That Maliceptor is going to have a field day right now.
-3 to the roll, but they still make a safe landing. Talon Strike team back to the battlefield, top of the war zone. They do take a battle shock test though, because they're below half strength.
So now I'm gonna bring in my beta wave from Nachmund Gauntlet.
Beta wave arriving for Nick. Redemptor walks on there to the top table. Looks like he's got a Norn Emissary in his sights. Second Indominator team into the battlefield at the center of Nick's board edge.
So he's gonna go right here, way back here, and there's very little he can do. Let's start the party off with these 2 guys right here. The Talon Strike unit is gonna fire all their bolters at this Psychophage right here.
Talon Strikes saved by the Psychophage. Spectres look to sabotage that objective.
I think that's the choice. I think that'll help. Oh, this is a tough one. Watchmaster Aaron is gonna fire his spear at the Norn.
Watchmaster does nothing into the Norn Assimilator.
Then we're gonna go with the Indominator kill team.
Indominator kill team, 1 command point for Kraken rounds. That's going to allow the Flamers to reach the Zoanthropes. Also the Bolters into the Zoanthropes. Meltas into the Maleceptor.
Let's go with the Meltas first. Get that out of the way.
Multi-Melta fails to hit. 7 wounds from the Flamers and Zoanthropes, kills 1. Bolters do 2 more damage to 1 Zoanthrope.
From across town!
Overcharged Plasma from the Redemptor into the Norn Emissary. 5 damage taken, he's down to 9. Hazardous test passed. Gladiator Reaper dumps everything into the Psychophage.
Get it. Wipe him out!
No damage at all.
Whew, that shooting did not go the way Nick planned, and that was great for me.
Talon Strike, he's gonna try charging. They need a 9.
Talon Strike team charges the Psychophage, fails.
The Indomitor kill team doesn't want to sit there. They want to charge the Maleceptor.
Indomitor kill team makes it to the Maleceptor with a 7.
They'll pile in, get them all in there. Let's fight ya. I've got the sustained hits. I've got the Oath of Moment. I've got the Indomitor Doctrines for the extra strength.
Aggressor Fist from the Indomitor kill team into the Maleceptor. 2 wounds done, but only 2 damage taken.
Then 6 close combat weapons.
Close combat weapons do 1 more damage, and the Maleceptor is down to 11 wounds.
Psychophage on the bikes.
Kill him!
Psychophage fails to damage the Outriders.
Bikes will fight you back.
Bikes do 1 damage back. Psychophage sits at 8.
I do get to fight back with a Maleceptor.
Maleceptor returns attacks into the Indomitor kill team, sweeping this time, kills 1 model and leaves 1 on a single wound.
That unfortunately was a pretty poor turn. I got good board control.
You definitely did.
Rough damage turn from Nick, but he does have a sabotage ongoing on yet another objective.
All right, bottom of turn 3. Command point for each of us.
Start of movement turn 3 now. The Assimilator heals the Emissary for 2 wounds. It's back to 11. The Psychophage is back to full.
So I don't have any other command phase things to do. I need to deal with a lot of these Marines, especially that pesky Spectrus unit. I gotta deal with them, and I'm hoping the Zoanthropes and the Neurotyrant can just pick them all up and just deal with all of that.
Emissary holding onto its objective. Assimilator looks like it's gonna help out the Maleceptor.
Here comes the Norn. I was scared for it coming.
Reinforcement time.
Here comes all the reinforcements. The Mama Bug is here, and I've not been able to deal with it in any of these 3 games.
Termagants are battle shocked because they are within 9 of an enemy unit. Winged Hive Tyrant surgical strikes into the thick of the battle with a -3 to the arrival test. He shows up, but he's battle shocked.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Should we shoot things? I think we should shoot things. I'm gonna start with the Norn Emissary, and he's gonna shoot into the Gladiator.
Norn Emissary firing into the Gladiator Reaper, only a single wound. Command reroll for a command point.
I got 2, slightly better.
Down to 10 wounds remaining.
Norn Assimilator harpoons the Spectre's team. Kills 1.
Pew! Bye.
Maleceptor into the Spectre's kill team. Nick saves the wounds.
Zoanthropes and friends. They're gonna shoot into the Watchmaster. The Neurotyrant and the other 3 are all gonna fire into the Spectres.
2 Zoanthropes need to shoot the Watchmaster. Watchmaster saves.
Other 3 Zoanthropes shooting into the Spectres team now.
Phobos Librarian feel no pain against psychic attacks, coming in clutch.
Only lose 1.
Neurotyrant into the Spectre squad. 2 more models down.
Psychophage is gonna vomit into some bikes.
Psychophage into the bikes, finishes off the wounded biker.
Blah. We just have charges to make then. Assimilator charging the Indomitor.
He's in.
Ooh, Mubin is leaving the objective with the Norn. If this goes well, the Norn could potentially be stuck off of the objective.
Emissary's happy where he is. He doesn't want to go anywhere.
Winged Hive Tyrant into the bike. Does not want to risk failing a multi-charge. I can't blame him.
Let's fight. Gonna fight with the Norn Assimilator next.
1 command point for secure biomass, giving him lethal hits and crits on 5s.
Hoorah! I saved 2.
All right, fine. We still have our harpoons.
Hoorah!
6 damage.
He's out of here!
Impaled.
Eradicator.
Hajah! 4 damage.
He's out of here!
And 5 damage.
You're out!
Harpooned. Harpooned.
Only 1 on here.
And harpooned.
And this one can go on here. And there's another claw here that can go on.
He's claiming trophies. He's claiming trophies. The Winged Hive Tyrant, he's gonna attack next.
Winged Hive Tyrant puts all his attacks into the remaining Outrider, killing it with ease. consolidating into the Gladiator Reaper.
The aggressors are going to attempt to do some damage to the Maleceptor.
Aggressors attack the Maleceptor, but because of the Maleceptor's ability, it's going to be hard to hurt it. 5 wounds left on the Maleceptor.
He's gonna take his 6 attacks now and just slice up some.
It kills 1 aggressor and leaves another model on a single wound.
And then lastly, my Gladiator Reaper takes 3 dice and bonks you twice.
Reaper wounds the Winged Hive Tyrant, but that's it. End of the fight phase, Nick spends a command point on site-to-site teleport, bring the Indomitor kill team back into Deep Strike.
Well, we get to the end of your turn.
The Assimilator didn't kill enough.
The Spectrus team lives. This is big. Means the Psychophage is in range, but so is my Gladiator. They're both OC3, which means no one controls this. Which means you get nothing for that one. You control 1 objective here, giving you 1 point, and
you get rid of this and
I
score
finished
3.
sabotaging, taking it out of there, and scoring me another 3 points. And that's the end of the round. 6 points for me, 3 points for you. We go into turn 4. This game is almost over, Mubin. You gotta take me off these objectives, because if I burn another one, you can't catch up to me.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. I think it's that time of the game where every Tyranid's waiting for.
All right, start of your turn. We're getting down to the wire here. I have very few assets left. However, if I can hold on to this 1 objective, if I can kill the units off of it, I can then sabotage in turn 5, hold on to it, and win the game.
Nick's turn 4 now, an Oath of Moment on the Hive Tyrant. He's spending a command point for Adaptive Tactics here. That's going to give 2 kill team units mission tactics for this turn. He's choosing Führer Tactics to the Indomitor and the Spectre's kill teams.
And let's go into Battle Shock. Oh, no,
It's that time!
No!
Shadows in the warp.
The Gladiator Reaper and the Spectre's team have both failed. Watchmaster adds 2 damage to all of his weapons to his once per battle honor. Regular battle shocks are passed. It's 6-3. Here we go.
Here we go into the movement phase. Aaron, the Watchmaster, is going to move 6 inches straight forward.
I'm coming for you, monster. Nick is trying to take that top objective and keep me away from it while doing as much damage as he possibly can. I don't know if he has enough here.
Then we're going to take the Spectrus kill team, and they're going to boot it 6 inches this way. They're going to come support. We're going to shoot and charge. That Norn's going down.
Talon Strike move up as well.
I'm going to keep the Indomitor squad in combat there. You never know. You might fail, and then I can kill you.
Redemptor moves up his 8 inches.
And then lastly, my 1 reinforcement, the Indomitor squad that went into strategic reserves last round.
Indomitor squad back in, surgical striking the top objective. Because the Winged Hive or Tyrant is battle shocked, they're only going to receive a -1 to their roll, and they pass.
All right, where are you starting this party off?
6 shots from the overcharged plasma from the Redemptor, 2 damage to the emissary, and hazardous rolls are okay.
We're gonna go next with the Watchmaster. His upgraded gun, his bolter spear.
Watchmaster misses. Spectrus and Phobos Libby firing into the emissary.
The 1 instigator bolt carbine, which hits on a 3.
Nice.
And that does not wound. Lastly, the Librarian.
Librarian focus Witchfire does 1 damage and passes the hazardous test. Indomitor kill team firing everything into the Winged Hive Tyrant. Frag-storm grenade launchers, however, will hit the Psychophage. Psychophage shakes it.
Hitting on 4s comes shooting into combat, but your oath on it.
You dropped the dice.
I just got 4 6s.
Feel no pain? He feels pain?
The heavy bolt rifles. Hitting on 3 is going to 4 because you're in combat.
Winged Hive Tyrant takes 7 damage and he's alive on a single wound.
So the Talon Strike instead is going to fire everything into the Psychophage.
Talon Strike team into Psychophage takes it down to 7 wounds left.
Gladiator's going to fire everything into Psychophage except for the 1 Icarus rocket pod that's going to fire into the Tyrant. So the twin heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. 6s.
Nothing. He's laughing.
Hive Tyrant okay.
He lives.
He lives.
Indomitor team multi-charging Winged Hive Tyrant and Psychophage.
All right, next, the Watchmaster. Aaron here is here for vengeance. Charging the Nord.
Nice.
3. However, he hasn't used his ability to do a free stratagem.
Watchmaster's got to use the free reroll, still fails.
He's a little terrified of that Norn right
come
now.
on, man! The Spectre squad, are you terrified? Come on, for glory! Charge into the digestion pool! Charge a scary Norn! Oh, they're not as scared.
They're not as scared. So
But they're not going to do much.
They're going wading into the pool. It's like a pool.
Then everything's in combat. Let's fight. So let's go over here first, because that one is more of a bonus.
The Dominator team piles in. Aggressors +1 heavy intercessor into the winged hive tyrant. The rest of the heavy intercessors into the psychophage. Aggressors finish off the hive tyrant. Mubin spending a command point on reclaim biomass to heal himself for 2 wounds.
What?
So the psychophage heals for 2 wounds.
Nom, 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 nom. And then let's fight the psychophage.
Psychophage loses those wounds it just healed. It's back down to 3.
Next up is Spectrus boys.
Yeah, so the Spectrus boys, see if they can take down the Norn.
Spectrus into the emissary does no damage. Librarian also fails.
Maliceptor's gonna fight first.
Maliceptor sweeping the first Dominator kill team, wipes him out.
Now I'm just gonna fight you back freely everywhere else. So we're gonna go with the psychophage.
Psychophage, no damage to the Indominator squad.
The Norn!
Norn. 6 attacks from the Scything Talons first.
Norn emissary kills 2 models, still tied up in melee.
They might not have killed the Norn, but staying in combat like that is making it that you will have to deal with them on your turn rather than come over here, which is exactly what I want. You're gonna have very little that can deal with this, I think, and we go to the bottom of turn 4. Mubin, bring it on.
Oh boy.
Nick's taking that top objective, but did not start sabotaging it. He has, however, tied the Norn emissary up in combat. Should protect the units controlling that objective from a charge. Unless Mubin can fall back in charge through some shenanigans, I think he's gonna hold it.
Command point each. I'm up to 1.
I got a 2. First things first, Psychophage is gonna heal himself.
Psychophage heals for 3 again, and the Maliceptor is healed up by 9 wounds from the Norn assimilator.
I think it's time to move.
Tervagon advances 12 to the top objective.
And then the little gaunts are gonna advance.
Termagants 9 inches behind their mother. Norn assimilator joins the march to the top objective.
He's dropping off Space Marines into the hot pot pool.
Maliceptor moves forward. Zoanthropes and Neurotyrant finally leave the bottom right corner. Psychophage falls back.
So that he's within 6 of the Termagants and the Tervagon. Let's shoot things. We're gonna take our 2 shots going from the Neurotyrant first, and we're gonna shoot it into the Librarian.
Norn emissary precision shooting the Librarian fails to wound.
Maliceptor is just going to try and nuke the Watchmaster.
Maliceptor does 3 damage to the Watchmaster.
Zoanthropes and Neurotyrant's gonna shoot into the Watchmaster as well. Neurotyrant is just gonna melt his brain.
No.
2d6.
Neurotyrant and Zoanthropes overkilling the Watchmaster, but overkill is best kill. Assimilator now firing into the Gladiator Reaper, trying to give himself a +2 to his advance if he hits. He does 5 damage, 5 wounds remaining. Charge phase now, Maliceptor makes the charge into the Spectra's kill team.
And now for the big one. Assimilator needs the 9-inch with the harpoons.
I love the imagery of the harpoons just going into the side of the hull and just pulling them towards them.
Need the 9. Go!
No.
6. I'm gonna spend a command point here.
Assimilator fails the charge, even with a command point reroll.
So Maliceptor's gonna do Maliceptor things.
Go for it.
6 attacks.
Maliceptor looks to damage the Spectra's team. Squad is wiped, and the Phobos Librarian is down to 2 wounds left.
Brave, brave character. But he gets to fight next.
And he will say, Norn, face your doom.
Librarian does nothing to the Norn emissary.
And then the Norn chomps back. Can he rip him apart?
Emissary finishes off the Librarian.
But that ends my turn. It's gonna come down to turn 5, and can I hold this objective? That's all it is. I'm forming a castle around this objective. I've got 6 points to your 5. If I can hold this objective and burn it, I will get 3 more points, and then you can't catch me. However, if I'm not able to hold this, you come take this objective, you will score 2 points, I will score nothing, and it'll be 7 points to 6. It comes down to this last turn! We come to this, the last turn. I have placed the virus bombs in 2 of the 3 required locations for me to win this game. If I can get it here, the digestion pool will be contaminated.
So you're just here ruining my hot pot.
I'm gonna oath a moment, and I hope I don't regret this Norn, in hopes that my Dreadnought can kill it. What I need to do this turn is kill that Norn, that Psychophage, and then I gotta do one of these units has to do the action on this objective and still live.
This is as desperate as it could get for a Deathwatch.
This is Deathwatch Desperation.
I love it.
The Gladiator is battle shocked. Talon Strike is passed.
Command point to give the Talon Strike and Indomitor kill teams lethal hits with Malleus tactics. This one's close, folks. Redemptor moves up as far as it can.
Well, it all comes down to this turn. I need to sabotage on this objective, I need to take out the Psychophage, and I need to move block enough that he can't get guys in. And the tank is gonna move up to here. Possibly do a charge. We go to the shooting phase, Redemptor. That Norn, and maybe I take it out. The Macroplasma Incinerator with D6 plus 1 shot. I need so many shots here. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Hoorah! 2.
4 up invulns. Make one fail one.
Take 3 damage.
Feel no pain. Feels pain, so down to 5.
And then a hazards test. No hazards.
Indomitor kill team sabotaging that objective.
It's got the best chance of living. I can pull it far back, and it's just got to hold. Talon Strike, they're gonna shoot everything into your Psychophage. Assault Bolters!
4s. Feel no pain.
Psychophage down to 2 wounds remaining.
And then needing to kill one of these 2 big bugs and only having one option.
Gladiator Reaper fires everything into the Psychophage except the anti-infantry guns into those Termagants.
Gatling into the Littling Bugs. 2s with Twin Linked.
4s first. 8, 6 up feel no pain because they're close enough to the Psychophage. So they're gonna lose 8.
Termagants lose 8, Psychophage takes nothing.
He lives.
And then things have got to get desperate. The Gladiator Reaper needs to charge both of these bugs.
Yep.
And you to not kill me.
Gladiator Reaper charging both Psychophage and Tervagon.
Attacks in the Psychophage.
No damage done by the Reaper.
Now, try to kill me.
We're gonna do it with the Mama Bug.
That doesn't happen.
D6 plus 1.
Double 6s! I got double 6s! Double. Ah! Hoo! Hoo!
That Gladiator should not be alive. That Tervagon should have crunched it, ripped it apart, and eaten the gooey center, but no. The Psychophage is gonna do it.
Command point to reroll the number of attacks. Psychophage does nothing either.
Gladiator Reaper, massive hero, just runs into them, ties them up, and it's gonna be really tough for you to get them into the play here. I'm currently sabotaging this objective. It completes at the end of your turn.
It's a 1-point game as we head to the final turn of the game.
It's all gonna come down to some Norns making a charge into an Indomitor kill team and the Tervagon and the Psychophage bringing down that Gladiator. It's the last turn, and I have some pesky Deathwatch to stop.
Norn Assimilator heals the Emissary to 7, and the Tervagon brings back 5 Termagants. Psychophage heals up to 5 wounds.
First things first, we are going to move the Emissary.
The 5 takes left.
Emissary is gonna head that way.
When you land there,
Yep.
I'm gonna declare Overwatch.
No wounds. Oh boy. Maliceptor moves up into range of the Indomitor kill team.
So he's got shots.
Termagants are advancing to hold 2 objectives, giving Mubin a guaranteed 2 victory points. As long as he can stop the sabotage, he should pull this off.
First things first, because now we're gonna go into the shooting phase.
Yeah.
Psychophage is gonna vomit all over the tank.
Psychophage, 1 damage to the Gladiator.
Down to 4.
Now the Tervagon is gonna shoot Stinger Salvo into it as well.
Tervagon does another damage. It's on 3 wounds remaining.
It's being piddled away. I've got 18 from most of these bugs. From all those little gribblies.
Termagants fire at the Gladiator, wounded 5 times. It's on a single wound.
The Assimilator doesn't really have another target, so he's just gonna shoot his harpoons there.
Fair enough. Harpoons into the truck. Does he fail both?
He fails both.
Whoa!
And the harpoon misses. The harpoon misses.
Mubin command point reroll, but it's a 1. Maliceptor firing into the Indomitor kill team. 6 shots only, but 3 die. The Emissary's charge will be impossible.
He's shooting. I think he's maybe shooting too much.
The Norn Emissary is just going to shoot as well.
Oh, Emissary into the Indomitor squad. 1 model down, another on 2 wounds left.
It's down to the Norn in the center Can he make a charge? So the closest one is probably this guy. You are more than 9 inches away.
If this assimilator can charge, make it into that Indomitor team, I've got a chance. I've got a solid chance of taking that objective away.
This is the one that matters. You need a 9 to get in. And then not only do you need to get in, because it's only OC 5, you need to kill enough that I'm off the objective. Because I have 6, 7, 8 OC on here right now.
And I've got a command point to re-roll it.
You need a 9. Oh boy! This is intense!
No.
It's a 5.
Command re-roll.
If he makes it in, he can kill enough and hopefully win the game. If he doesn't, I take this objective and it's mine and I win the game.
Can
It's
you
a
do
9.
it? It's an 8. Oh, the heartbreak. I miss it by a hair. Ah!
It's an 8! It's an 8! The Norn trips. He's too worried about his stupid kebabs. He fails. He doesn't make it in, which means the Deathwatch hold the objective, which means the Deathwatch succeed on the sabotage, which means the objective is mine, which means I get 3 points for sabotaging this. The virus bomb goes off, the pool of digestion is destroyed, and the entire Tyranid swarm is devastated.
Oh, that was
at
so
the
good.
cost of an entire Deathwatch kill team.
That was a good game, Nick.
Oh, that was so close!
That was so nuts.
Nick will win by 9-7. What an incredibly close game. That was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you stuck around for the end because it literally came down to a final charge. Well played, gentlemen. 9-7 is a super close game. Gotta love the Crusade mechanics. Super fun to watch and super cinematic.
What a game to come down to such a close match. I love it when it comes down to a turn 5 move of will this happen or will it not? And it just tells such a cool story.
All came down to turn 5, that last turn, that desperate hold of those Deathwatch against that Xenos threat. That was a heck of a game.
Dice tell stories in this, and the Deathwatch were able to hold off until the very last moment to secure the win.
I think this is a fitting conclusion to this 3-part series. I think we come back, we do another series, but I think it's time to introduce some new factions and maybe a new storyline.
Mubin, I might have to play Deathwatch more.
No!
And of course, a great big thank you to all of you for watching. If you like what we do, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. If you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases, as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it from us at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on.